Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs.
Welcome in, ladies and gents, buffet boys. I'm Devin, and that's Zane. But before we get into the show, I have an ask for you guys. Because, look, we want to grow the channel. And let's face it, you football gremlins want more stuff to watch. So go ahead and head down to the comments, no matter what platform you're on, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Tell me what's missing out of your daily rotation of football content. What do you want to see? Predictions, big picture stuff, fucking X's and O's. Do you want more jokes, comedy? Tell us what you want to see because, like I said, we want to grow the channel. We want to feed the football gremlins. So I'm Devin. That's Zane. This is Buffet Sports. You can catch us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Let's talk about the NFL in Week 11. Another game that I kind of want to, not necessarily want to talk about the game, but more so what this looks like for the future. We've talked about a little bit today. Chargers, Bengals. Now,
you see this guy? This guy's half human, half beast.
First off, I need a girl that believes in me like John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
All right?
Oh, God.
If you're
I'd
coming
be
home...
president. I'd be president if I had a girl like Jim Harbaugh. I need a girl who believes in me like Jim Harbaugh, and she can also shoot ropes like flipping Justin Herbert.
Bro,
ropes out of me.
If you had a girl that you came home and she just like hyped you up like Jim Harbaugh, bro. You come home from work and she's like, "Look at this beast." You walk in the room and she's like, "Look at this beast, dude."
She's telling somebody else you never met, like, "Look at this guy. You see this guy? You see what he just did?
You see what he does? He goes to work 40 hours a week. I love this guy.
This guy's awesome. He's a golden goose. He's a golden goose. I'm so lucky I got him. But I don't want another boyfriend for the rest of my life.
But on another note, a more serious note, what are the Chargers? Because they dominated that game. Justin Herbert, as you said, was shooting ropes. The whole game. He looked
hot ropes.
He looked really good the whole majority of the game. Then the second half happened, and everything kind of started to slip away. But again, it's that thing of the X factor, in this case, the coaching, to pull your guys together and say, we're fine. It's not Brandon Staley this time where he's like, all right, 4th and 16, we're going for it. It's Jim Harbaugh who goes, you know what, we could go for this. It's a 4th and 4. We could go for this.
Yeah.
Let's punt anyways, and let's believe in our defense. And J.K. Dobbins, another great story there.
Great story.
So what are the Chargers? I think they're, like we talked about, I think that they've got a real shot if the Chiefs start to return to the mean at winning the AFC West, potentially. I don't know what the math is there, but I think they've got a shot at it if they continue to win. But where do we think what's our expectation for this Chargers team going into the playoffs? Because obviously our expectation for the Chargers coming into the year was like 5 wins. Yeah. At least mine was.
Yeah. Same here.
So now we're more than halfway through the year. We've seen what they are. This is the second game I've watched them. The other game was against the Broncos. And so I was obviously not really watching the game as it was. I was watching it very biased. In this game, I was able to watch it from a third-person perspective. I think they're really good. So what's our expectation for them going into the playoffs? I think they're a AFC, I think they got to win a playoff game.
Yeah. One of the craziest things I've ever said is this year Justin Herbert is a rookie. I said that at the beginning of this year. Yeah. Is that he's a rookie, but
it feels like it. We were talking about it during the game.
It has become an actual real thing. He feels like a rookie. He feels like a different guy.
It feels like he's reborn.
He's reborn with a coach who's positive. I don't know how many coaches in the league are positive, but Jim Harbaugh is.
He's not a chill guy.
He's not a chill guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I think it would be foolish of me to say they win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
But if they
There's an outside shot, but
if they can improve, and it's very hard for the Chargers to improve because it's the first year with a brand new head coach
and no weapons, really.
And you're probably going to make the playoffs. So you're probably going to have a low pick. So it's going to be very hard for them. But it's Jim. And if Jim
winning follows him.
If one thing like Jim can elevate. Jim can elevate anybody. Like J.K. Dobbins, he was so cheap this year because of all the injuries. Nobody wanted him. He wanted him. Justin Herbert, people were talking crap on him. We both think that or thought he was a great quarterback, but
he's got the arm. He's got so much arm talent,
yeah.
dude.
And now they're winning games. This year they will make the playoffs. I'm saying that as a definitive.
Yeah.
I think in the next couple of years they will be AFC
championship game.
They're in the AFC, right?
Yeah.
I think they will be AFC.
But this year, what's your expectation for them this year? Is it win a playoff game? Is it
second round of playoffs?
So win a playoff game.
Second round of playoffs. They'll get somebody. I don't know who it is, unless it's somebody incredible. They will be in the second round of the playoffs, and then they will get bounced. Just because, I mean, this is the first time Justin Herbert's been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's why it
we all saw how the first time went.
Yeah.
We all saw how round 1 went.
Yeah. So it would be, but man, what a team to root for. I mean, people were talking about like if your team's done and they're out, like a team to root for is the Bills. Screw that. A team to root for is the Chargers.
Yeah.
Like what a great team to root for. What a great team to be behind. The fans are so flippin' lucky to have Jim Harbaugh.
Well, right now, if the playoffs ended, if the season ended today and they were in the playoffs, they'd be playing Houston. Okay. And
I think they could win against Houston.
I think they can win that game. And we talked about this during the game, is they are a really scary team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, they played the Bengals, and they've got, Joe
that
Burrow and
defense
Jamar
is
Chase.
for real.
That defense is for real. They didn't really run the ball in this game. That's what we were expecting.
Yeah.
We were expecting to come into this game and watch them just run the clock. But they clearly can run the ball. They have a absolute bazooka under center.
Shooting hot ropes all over the field.
So he's got so they've got all the pieces here. They're a really scary team. Let's say they beat the Texans. They could potentially be matching up with, depending on what happens in your division in the AFC, whoever, either the winner out of that or the 2 seed potentially.
Yeah.
So that's a
Steelers or
tough game.
Ravens.
Steelers, Ravens, or Buffalo, which is a tough game.
Yeah, those are tough.
I don't really and they're not going to be playing at home, so they're going to be playing on the road. It's going to be chilly.
Yeah, we don't know how they are in cold weather either.
Not really. So I think a reasonable expectation is second round of the playoffs. Is they win a playoff game and they put up a fight in that game.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, shit, man. What if they beat they're I think they're the dark horse in the AFC.
Yeah.
When you look at the AFC playoff picture,
it's crazy that they're a dark horse because they're so positive and light.
Yeah, but I think I think that's the team for me that if I'm making an outside shot bet where I'm like, okay, what team has the pieces where if they just get red hot, they can win. They could win out.
It's like Patrick. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's just not on. Well, now he's gotten the correct coach.
Yeah.
But before he didn't have the correct coach.
Yeah.
But he is a Patrick Mahomes level player. Justin Herbert is. We've seen how he threw the flipping ball. We've seen how he can.
And that's the other thing too, is he's elevating guys like Lad McConkey, who's a rookie, Quentin Johnston, and we were talking about, everyone was talking about how long is he going to be, bad.
He's a
Josh
first-round
Palmer.
pick.
Josh Palmer's another one. He's elevating these guys that haven't, granted they've been on the team, but like
Will
now
Dissly.
Will Dissly. Now they have an actual opportunity. So if I had to look at the AFC specifically, if you were like, okay, who's your outside dark horse just to make the Super Bowl? Because I genuinely, coming off of this Houston game and then watching Detroit immediately bounce back and rip apart a team and reestablish themselves as the number 1 team in the NFL, I don't know if there's a team in the NFL that can stop them. And I shouldn't have just said that. But I genuinely look at it and I'm like, it's going to be the Detroit Invitational this year.
Yes.
I don't know
it
who
is.
it does. I don't know who they're playing, but just whoever, like if I had to pick an AFC dark horse, it's the Chargers.
Yeah, I would agree, and I don't feel bad about taking the Chargers over anybody else. I mean, they deserve it. Same thing as like if the Lions steamroll every team for the rest of the year and win the Super Bowl, nobody should ever feel bad about them doing that. They deserve it out of every team in the league.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Chargers. Like if the Chargers make it to the Super Bowl this year, like everybody should just be happy that these 2 teams are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that'd be a
and
fun
it's not
Super
the
Bowl.
flipping Chiefs and the 49ers.
That'd be a fun ass Super Bowl.
That'd be a great
Lions
Super Bowl.
Chargers.
Yeah, that'd be.
They would just be
fantastic.
running the ball at each other.
Yeah,
Dan Campbell and Jim Harbaugh wrestling on the sidelines.
No, there was a video of, I think it was an Alaskan high school team, And instead of doing the coin toss, they have their two captains walk out in the middle of the field, and then they bring a helicopter and they drop the football in the middle of the field, and they wrestle over the football. Do that with Jim Harbaugh and Dan Campbell in the Super Bowl. Have an Apache helicopter fly in the middle of the stadium, drop a ball, and then both of them in pads.
Oklahoma drill.
Oklahoma drill. They wrestle for the football, and that's who gets possession.
Today was good. I liked it. If you guys liked it, obviously go ahead and like the video down below. Again, please tell us in the comments what it is that you're missing from your football content rotation. We're here to serve so that you football gremlins can eat. I'm Devin. That's Zane.
You want more bets?
This is
You want
Buffet
me to throw
Sports.
my money away? I would do it.
That's why Zane's mad over there. That pile of beer and ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Yeah. Okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like